There's nothing worse than spending hours and hours and hours a day editing a video, playing a game, browsing the web, replying to emails, and sitting in an uncomfortable chair. And in this video, I hope to help you resolve that. We're going to be doing an unboxing, a build, and a review of the Newtral NT002 ergonomic chair. Got a bunch of features you may not have seen before, and a few that are kind of familiar. But anyway, without wasting any more time, let's get started. Along the front ergonomic chair, and we can see the chair. And then over here, the item number, description, color, all that good stuff. And it's going to be the same on the other side on both. So let's go ahead and unbox it real quick. And along the top over here, I'm gonna go ahead and lay this all out on the table, so 1 sec. So we're gonna start off with a quick inventory of everything that comes inside of the box. First off, the user's manual that's going to teach you everything about your chair. It's also going to come with an inventory of everything in your chair and how to assemble it, which we're going to do in this video. First, we have the headrest. And then the backrest. The other piece of the backrest. Here we have the bottom of the seat, which doubles as the footrest. We'll get into that a little bit later on. And of course, flipping it over, we have the cushy seat itself. The tilt mechanism. The left and right armrests. The wheelbase. Inside of this box, we have all of the wheels in a little baggie, as well as the piston. All of the screws, nuts, bolts, and wrenches that we need to assemble this, and the white gloves for white glove service. So let's get started assembling this. So we're gonna first start with the back post here and this backrest. We're going to be using the G screw over here and over here, joining these two here using the Allen wrench. But we're going to start off just dropping it in there, screwing it in about 90% of the way, then coming in on the other side, joining this up, dropping that screw right in place, and we'll go ahead and tighten that. We'll tighten this one 100%, and then we'll come back to the other side and we'll tighten this side. The rest, just making sure that we give any leeway possible to the other side. And now we're done with the back. With the cushion of the chair on top of the table and the footrest sticking out towards the front or the top of the area you're working with, you'll go ahead and line up these screw holes with the tilt mechanism, and you'll have this base facing towards the front so that you can tighten or loosen the tilt mechanism. And then we'll utilize the H screws right inside these holes. And we'll tighten them about 50% of the way. We'll tighten one over here and then one over here diagonally. Again, about 50% of the way. And then one over here and one over here. And then on the final one, we'll go ahead and screw that one in 100%. On the right side of the chair, we'll attach the right armrest right over here using 3 of the eye screws. And we'll screw them in by hand about 50% of the way. And then remember, this is adjustable, so you can put it at whichever distance you'd prefer. And we'll go ahead and screw it down, all 3 of the screws 100%. And it extended itself all the way out, and that's okay, we can adjust it later. Then on the L side, we'll install the left armrest. Again, with 3 of the eye screws. Then we'll install the rear of the chair to the rear of the tilt mechanism with the 3 screw holes. We'll use the J screws. Tighten that about 50%. That way it makes working with these a little bit easier. And then once you have them all in, tighten the last one 100%, and then follow through. And remember, this is adjustable as well, slightly. And now we'll go ahead and install the casters in these holes here on the base. They go in relatively easy, so I'll go ahead and do the rest, and I'll come back in 1 second. And then when we're done, we'll flip it over, and then we'll install the piston. And now with the base in place, we'll drop the chair onto the piston. Might take a few tries before you get it right, but you'll get it. And now we'll turn the chair, and then we'll place the headrest right into here. You'll slide it right into here and then push it down. And this should have been done sooner, but now we're going to go ahead and apply these 2 caps to these screw holes here. Just slide it in. On both sides. Easy enough. Now the chair's done. Back so soon. Well, this is day number 3 sitting in this chair. Let's go ahead and move over there real quick so we can get a little bit more focused on this chair. So we're going to start off with the height of the chair. Starting off at the bottom of the chair, from here to the ground, we are measuring about 14 inches. So not incredibly tall, but we do have it at its lowest measurement. Then coming around this side, we'll go ahead and lift this. Now raising it to its highest, now we're at 17 inches. Powering all of that is the Class 4 SGS-certified gas lift. And like with most chairs, you can adjust the tension at which it reclines by raising or lowering this right at the bottom of the chair. And aside from raising and lowering the seat, we can actually make the seat go back and forward. Now, this is an odd feature. So normally the chair is pressed all the way back to the backrest. Maybe that's not the most comfortable position for you. Maybe you want a deeper pocket in the back. If you press and hold this bar here, slide forward, you notice the entire chair, or at least the seat, moved forward while the entire chair stayed in place. And now I can fit a little bit more back here, and it makes it a little bit more comfortable for me. Maybe for you as well. And if you want it to go back, easiest way is just get up, and the chair slides back when you lift it here. As long as you don't have weight on it, it'll slide right all the way back. So my favorite feature of this chair, and it blows my mind that not every chair manufacturer does this, is the footrest. So if I just grab down here, and then if I flip this out like this, we have our footrest. And it's not a little cheesy footrest that you feel like it's going to snap. It feels nice in place, and you can literally sit here so much longer, so much more comfortable. Just because of this, more chair manufacturers need to make a chair that has a footrest like this. This alone is an amazing feature for this chair. And when you're ready to put the footrest away, just turn this little knob here. So this chair also reclines. You're not always stuck in a up position like this. So if you slide this bar forward, it unlocks the back and you can lay back up to 136 degrees. And it's also comfortable for you to cross your legs like I'm doing now. You can also recline with the footrest all the way out and be 100% comfortable. Now, if you like a specific angle, maybe like this, anywhere you want, just slide that bar back and it's locked. You can't slide anymore. Maybe you want a little bit more back, it's locked. So anywhere you want to position that, you can, and when you're done, unlock it and you can tilt perfectly straight as you were before. So while this chair does have a bunch of great and uncommon options, it has a bunch of regular ones as well. For instance, the 4D armrest, so you can go forward and back, and then you can turn it like this as well. Then you can, pressing this button, you can slide out and slide in, and then pressing and holding this button up, slide down and slide up. For me, up is the best position. Now the armrest is nice and solid. It's not a piece of plastic. It is a little cushy, but it's not incredibly fluffy. So it's got a nice firm stance. So again, great for your arm to lay on while you're typing or doing whatever at your desk. Now, this backrest I actually find incredibly comfortable, and there are different positions. So right now it's at its highest position. You can see that there. If you want to lower it, just raise it one more from the 4th position, and then it goes all the way down. It will lock up to 4 positions. The 5th one will bring it down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th that goes all the way down. So it definitely gives you some options there. The backrest also has a cushion here. You can see that along the side over here, and you can lock it. So let's say you like it right here. You can turn this knob here and it will stay locked here. If you unlock it, it shoots back out. And again, locking it this way, and now we'll loosen it so it goes all the way. Then over here, if you tilt this way towards the plus, you're giving it tension, and the minus, you're taking away tension from this pressure here. So again, now we're adding pressure or tension, and now we're taking away tension. So a nice feature that they have there as well. Now the chair is made from high density sponge cushion. It is incredibly comfortable. If you sit on it maybe for more than 8 hours, you might bottom out a little bit, but then you stand up for a little bit, as you should after a little while, and you come sit back down. The cushion's already all built back up and it feels perfectly comfortable. This backrest, and the headrest, they're all made with Korean phyllo mesh, and as you might expect, you push with your hand or your back and you have a little mesh net back there, and it feels nice. Again, I've been using it for 3 days. Mind you, it's not a month or 2 or 3, but so far it hasn't given. It feels nice. Again, the lower back, the upper back, and the headrest. The headrest is nice. It is adjustable. You can see that right here. And then also it does come out like this as well. I found that it's too far back. It's not far out enough. So my head never really rests on it, unless of course I'm reclining on it. The NT002 is a nice chair. If you already have the 001, I would say stick with that one. But if you haven't been brought onto the Newtral family, I think this is your perfect entrance. The backrest feels great. The cushion is great as well. I really like a lot the leg support. Just prop up your feet, and even when you're typing, even when you're doing anything, you're nice and comfortable. And then maybe when you want to relax a little bit, just recline, lock it in your favorite position, and you're good to go for hours. Now, I prefer to use the bumper. I don't like to lock it into one position. When I sit and when I get up, it moves. I like it like that, but you can lock it any which way you'd like. Totally up to you on that. The mesh feels great because you can let all the AC through on your back. You have that AC slapping you in the back, and you stay nice and cool the entire time. And then of course you have your regular 4D armrest, which is pretty normal. It is kind of odd, but it can get you in some nice positions, the way that the chair slides forward and back. Kind of a cool feature. So I'd love to get your feedback on this. What do you think about this chair? Is it something that you're interested in? And if you have the original 001 and are looking into the 002, what features do you think stand out in between the two chairs? I'd love to get your feedback on that as well. Again, I think the chair is awesome, and one of my favorite things you can do is you can cross your legs as well and be incredibly comfortable. This is Iggy with ThisBytesForYou doing a review on the Newtral NT002. Iggy with ThisBytesForYou out. See you guys.